I think we might have a great game because of maybe a dire favorite draft at the moment.
That's a good thing to hear because we have had a lot of one-sided games here, unfortunately. But we are heading towards that week 5, week 6, where I think things will start to get a bit more tightly contested. You mentioned Envy and what he's brought. What specifically do you think Envy's brought that has kind of improved this Black and Yellow team?
I think every team needs some, they need some lifeblood on the team, right? They need somebody that's going to, pick them up after a bad scrim and, say, hey, I want to win the next game. And I think Envy kind of brings that I want to win every game kind of attitude to a team, which sometimes is missing, believe it or not.
That drive, and we're going to see if the Cut have that drive to get a first one here. They're going on Yamps, and the puck orbing in, not going to get the... Whoa, does get the last right click and picks up the kill on the Grimstroke. Yamson going down early on. So
huge. Yeah, 3 bounty runes for Radiant, but they got the first blood. It went to the mid hero, which... Oh, no, sorry.
It went to the Grim.
Oh, yeah. Well, in the old patch, the mid hero, was always best if the mid got the last hit, but now it's better if the side lanes get it, I think.
Why is that?
Because the mid lane is just more generous to both sides. It's harder to build an advantage on mid lane rather than on a side lane.
Is that just with all the runes these days?
Yeah, exactly. Like all rushes and runes everywhere.
Yeah. Yep. Well, we'll see Little Nick playing the puck against Tiny Mid. Taking a look at some of these side lanes, it will be the Legion Nyx double melee. I mean, it's melees everywhere. We kind of mentioned that in Black and Yellow against a Troll Grim lane. I mean, playing with all these melee heroes, do you give the Cut an edge in this lane stage then?
I definitely think they're favored in the top lane. This Troll Warlord has always been a strong laner, so I do think they'll do well here. The bottom lane is, 4 melee, so there's that double melee advantage you'd think you'd have doesn't really exist.
Yeah, and Bounty one of those heroes that usually picked against these melees for the gold stealing, but if you play too aggressive, avoid get some magic on you. You gotta be a little bit careful, I think.
Yeah, well, you're much better as a bounty up against the range heroes because you can use your Shadow Walk and Orb of Venom to sort of like close the distance on them, and then you've got the the innate Stout Shield proc, whereas they don't. So he actually doesn't trade as well versus melee heroes. But if maybe got a courier there.
Yeah, didn't have a ward or anything to realize it was coming out, so he's going to make a swing towards the mid lane. Perhaps try and secure a double water rune here. Lil Nick can go for the top one, and it looks like that's the plan here. So get those water runes, deny Tiny of any bottle recall. Although Tiny is going to contest this top one, heading there, and will... Okay.
What? Okay.
He wanted to use some bottle charges before grabbing it, so in the end it just gets denied by the pot.
All right. Well, lane was pushed. Bounty Hunter's going to get a little under-leveled from that, but Mars is getting some nice solo experience.
Does mean Jubei gets tries to get a little pull off there. Bounty comes in to mess, so no big camp.
One thing Radiant does have going for them is this mid-tiny. I think this hero is really strong this patch, and he's playing up against Puck, Bounty Hunter, and Grimstroke, which I think are all pretty squishy targets. So once he gets his blink, he's probably going to start popping off. Yeah. Could be a nice space creator.
Jubei getting gone on game, brought very low 30 health with the Orb of Venom slow, but Envy with some nice body block allows Jubei to get a salvo. Yeah, and so far Tiny doing really well, carrying majority of the last hits here in the mid lane, so it does look like Esk will be on pretty good track to get a good timing on his blink deck.
Yeah, we'll see. There might be a rotation from the Bounty Hunter when this Puck gets level 6, something like that. Tiny is kind of a hard kill because he's so tanky or just has so much HP. But yeah, if they can slow his Blink Dagger down, that'll be super helpful for them. Because I think Dire has like better mid game and team fight. So this is like a last pick boy. I don't think they have like a ton of chrono damage, so they're gonna need to kind of go late game, I think, on Radiant.
What do you think?
A special up.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. That's Envy. That's what he generally wants to do. But what do you think the idea was behind this last pick boy? Because it does seem a bit of an odd pick, considering there isn't that much synergy with the rest of the team.
Yeah, not too sure. I think he just maybe saw his lane, right? He knew he was up against Mars and thought he could, get farm, which he is getting.
Yeah, so far not being too heavily contested. 16 last hits, pretty good. As we'll see the next runes come out, and this time Esk is going to camp the top one, guarantee himself a rune. Lil Nick going to grab the bottom rune, back and stuff. And here's, Vol's poking around this mid lane, has gone for the early Shrook and no Janata this game, just trying to see what he can get here, but so far not feeling much impact out of this bounty.
Yeah, hard for him to do a lot bottom. If he was playing versus melees, he could have even gotten the Janata and just like fought hard down there with a lot of like HP regen.
Yeah.
They're gonna try and make some stuff at the top though, so I'm glad he is getting active on the map, doing something.
Could be a second kill here for Todd. Yep. They're gonna leave the score. Doesn't even come out of the invis.
No, just a invisible ink swell on top of you.
Yeah, I mean, really, like Inkswell could have just been on the troll. I'm not actually sure it was needed for that kill. Either way, job done, and they'll get the kill here as the securing top lane. Going to do some stacks now. So yeah, Vol looking a little bit unsure of which lane he can help. There is a level 6 on the puck now in the mid lane, but Tiny about to take level 6 as well, and that means, you know, plus 12 armor. It feels like Tiny is so hard to gank because he just gets so damn tanky.
Real tanky. And Dire, what they can do is actually just try line the safe lane, and I'm not sure that Radiant has a great response to it outside of like a tiny rotation.
Yep. Seeing it here, they're not going to be able to get this kill without the troll rotating as well, but troll has got a slow here. Zero's holding on to the press the attack, he uses it now, so he'll be okay. And Vol's going to be a little bit careful. Yamson has an impale, so...
Okay, 6-minute rune. Be very telling of the pace of this game. Who's going to get that? Little Nick's a little low on resources. He's got Bounty Hunter coming to check top, but so is maybe Nyx.
It's looking for a stack along the way, so see who's going to get which rune. Both players going down to this bottom one. Tiny has the Avalanche, so he's going to look secure with that, but it's spawned top. That means the Arcane will grab by the Nyx.
What about the Bounty rune?
Oh, Little Nick could be in some... Okay, no, he's fine. It's...
Alright, and he's gonna get the bounty. Bounty Hunter didn't go for the other bounty, but they do a bottle refill on mid with the G-Bay port there, so...
Just mid lane stuff. And now Tiny's ready to go. How does he have a toss combo? Drop a sentry down mid, that doesn't look like it.
The double sentry mid, you come down here, you just put on both sides, make sure you have mid control.
You a fan of this?
It's nice if you have the extra gold, for sure. But he's pretty poor on Void Spirit.
Yeah, 100 gold, no boots, just playing with the raindrop, Sage's Mask, going for all the mana regen, so... See if S can make a play in the mid lane. They're kind of... Yeah, that's it. It looks like Puck is kind of baiting this, but he...
Supposed to be close, but it was just a complete massacre.
Oh, the Undying one. They just went quickly.
Yeah, Undying 4 Zoomers.
There's the kill. They're going to drop Dream Call down mid, but I kind of mentioned this, there's no damage. Little Nick does have an illusionary orb now, so maybe he's going to get a kill on Jubei. Does dissimulate to the side, but it looks like he's going to get out of there. And S kind of wants to turn back around. Doesn't have a toss combo. Alright, he'll be fine.
Alright, so they managed to defend their first catapult. What were you going to say?
I was just curious, what do you think's kind of, you know, is the team skill difference bigger this season? Like, why do you think the games have kind of felt a bit more one-sided? Patch? What do you make of it?
Oh, well, I think there was a lot of people who kind of just put teams together to play in the league this season. So I think you have less teams that are, you know, they have lower expectations on their standing in the league, and they're sort of just like relying on, hey, you know, we'll step it up for those TI quals. You got a couple of coasters, I think, and maybe a couple of unmotivated players on, you know, some of the teams that, you know, maybe wanted to do really well.
It's kind of like roster tryouts for TI calls, maybe. Like, I imagine some of those teams like Sad Boys, maybe we'll see some roster changes. Oh, Little Nick gets rotated on. Esk has the Avatos waiting with the Impale. Oh, gets the toss. Actually dodges the toss, but yeah.
Close one.
Oh, no way there because of that creep. That would have been unfortunate, but nice rotation. Envy getting active.
Yep, put out that first chrono, and now he's going to go to the jungle. So he's going for the Battle Fury Void build, which is very envy of him. Very, very farm-heavy build here. Sometimes you see it. A lot of times you'll see Mask of Madness or Maelstrom. Battle Fury, I feel like it's more of it's even an even greedier item, right? It's more build-up.
Yeah, more expensive. I guess the build-up can be a little bit nicer in some ways with the regen you get from it. Sometimes if you need the regen, but...
For a bit.
I mean, do you like the Mars?
It's just hard for him to make a road. The Dire support will look to be.
Is the general game plan going to be to make... Alright, well, we're back. Envy comes back into the game. And we'll see Puck respawning soon, and, you know, level 7, so both Puck and Mars have ultimates online, could be looking to connect and make some active moves. Little Nick is not going to TP out, he's going to make the walk to mid lane, so holding that TP scroll for the side lanes.
Tiny's making his first move to a side lane, going top. I like this. It's really nice if you can put pressure on the carry, make them scared.
And they made sure it's pretty much de-warded. They had double sentries in this top lane, so Esk is probably thinking like, okay, they don't know I'm top right now.
Oh, but Dire wants to fight it, which I think is the right response. The middle Puck does have a TP ready for top if fight does happen.
And Bounty a good hero to TP in first, because he's able to scout out what's going on with the Shadow Walk, see Esk in the neighborhood. So now they have a pretty good idea of what's happening here. And Esk is going to go in. They're going to maybe look to turn this one around. The cut. They're going to make those TP rotations. You betcha. Puck going to be TPing in with the Grimstroke here, and they immediately look to hightail it out to get Black and Yellow getting gone on. Nice carapace. Going to stop the Puck initially. The Dukeman Dreamcore going to catch both supports. They check out both the Legion. Goes down as is the Knicks, and Esk at this out of there.
Yeah, Bounty Hunter kind of sniffed that gank out. It was a nice play by him, sort of realizing, hey, where's Tiny? I'm going to go find him. It's kind of a good job for him in this early mid game.
Does still have Envy farming in the mid lane, not looking to obviously get involved early on when Chrono's on cooldown. Yeah, at least got a little window with no Dream Call to worry about.
Yeah, that was good. He was jungling / playing mid, let Void Spirit get this bottom lane, so Jube's almost got his level 6 now, so he he doesn't need to take the tome. He can give that to Nyx, who would have been level 5 if that top gank was a little more successful, but he's going to be back in the game with that. And Mars, Mars has been free farming for a long time, and he's level 8, which is probably the highest level in the game. Yeah, he's up there with the mids. They're going to try and kill him bottom, and Chrono's up in 10 seconds.
Yeah, getting gone on here, and Envy going to commit him with the Time Walk here. What's the play for Tingle King? Are they going to chase it? Doesn't look like it. They had the Chrono maybe 3 seconds earlier, they perhaps would have thrown it out.
It looks like Dire is going to...
big Mars working mid. Top, sorry. It's an easy kill onto Legion, so...
There's the wagon. Yeah, I would love for Mars to sort of stick around top and help troll pressure this top tower. Gonna smoke and maybe go mid, but their catapult did die there, but with 4 heroes I feel like they could still take the tower down.
So far the Cut just making more aggressive and more successful moves. So they're gonna come down mid lane. They get the carapace on the Dream Coil break as Nyx should still be going down. Gets bursted and see if they can get any damage in on this tower. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Envy does have a catapult of his own, so this bottom tier 1 is going to take a significant amount of damage if they're not careful.
Yeah, they're okay for now, and so you see the kill into the tower, but how much damage are they really going to get? Are they going to be able to stop this Legion from defending it? It looks like probably not. They find Jube on the bottom, though.
Jube caught out, gets brought down, not quite level 6. I guess it was trying to just each a little bit of XP to get there, so... Towers defended.
Let the track kills begin. Dire doesn't necessarily have to push towers if they can just keep farming heroes at this point.
Yep. And looking to make the move towards bottom lane. There is a glyph coming out, it looks like, just to keep some creeps alive, perhaps. On the Radiant side, get a bit more tower damage in. That bottom tier 1 getting low, but not brought down. It can be looking like he's going to have a very good timing on his Battle Fury.
Yep, and Soul will... Oh no, but it's not a Battle Fury versus Battle Fury game. Soul's going with the Maelstrom.
What's up?
Bit of a, could have some uncontrollable lightning, catch him with the Spike Carapace, so gotta watch out for that.
Around to the mid lane. Bounty versus Nyx, the 2 Invis 4s, just trying to get all that scouting info. Sentry on sentry battles. Drops a ward.
Oh no.
Yep. Right in front of the Ob Sentry combo. It does feel like Black and Yellow have kind of struggled to make successful moves. Like the Tinies spent a lot of time rotating top, and it's been the Cut who was getting the better trades.
Yeah, he does have his Blink Dagger now, though. And I don't fault him for getting active. I do think that was just a really nice play from the Bounty Hunter to, kind of smell that gank out. It's not like the Tiny died, he just kind of he just lost his offlaners. And they're trying to fight top. Everybody's up here. Except for Mars.
Deja vu from earlier, but this time Black and Yellow bringing numbers on Chrono's going to get that Chrono, catching the troll as well. Can they stop him getting the ultimate off. Doesn't look like they're gonna go for the kill. Now they get 3-man Dream Core. Nice waning Rift Silence onto 3 as well. As Sportsman cook on the front lines now as Nick's going to back him up with a perfect Mars roll to 3. They're gonna absolutely annihilate Black and Yellow here. They've already taken out 1. S has no way to blink himself out of this one. I'm like, he's gonna be picked off, brought down. And a team wipe for the cut.
Very, very nice. Huge plays from Dire. Full Warlord is kind of just alphaing this top lane, just staying here no matter what, and his teammate, and I think it's the right call, right? Like, he won his lane pretty handedly, and instead of abandoning his lane, his teammates come to him and they make plays around him, and he's used Troll Ult twice very effectively, which is pretty hard to do with early levels of early in the game. The Troll Ult doesn't really seem that useful, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it's good, but it's hard to have a good one, I think.
Black and Yellow are going to have to rethink their approach. You kind of mentioned early on, it feels like, the Void pick is maybe all about going for the late game, but...
This is it. All in. They're smoked back top. They're going to do the same thing. If this doesn't work, broke.
Feels like the 3rd or 4th try on this top lane onto the Troll, as well as this T1 tower, which they just can't bring down. Scorchwick not going for the TP out, but he gets caught just in time. Doesn't have the battle transfer another 15 seconds or so. And yeah, they're just going to let him die. They thought about TPing in, but I think they realized we should just cut our losses. A little careful. Buck has Dream Call back up, and the call for the cut is to try and take this T1 mid tower.
Yeah, no chrono, so really hard for Envy to stop anybody.
This tower looks like they had a 2-man Soulbind into it. Mars Arena, the Spear for the Cat Nix, not the one they were perhaps looking for. Envy, though, still gets bursted in the silence, so a tower and 2 kills.
This is, I mean, you're seeing Puck has, lost a bit of favor. I think the hero is, people are starting to figure this hero out a bit, but it was 9th picked in this game, right? The last pick for the cut. And you can still see how strong it is. Like, this coil, I mean, especially like Void just has no answer for the coil, right? Coil is up, Void kind of needs to be hiding. I think every coil Void has died in. And partially because of Dire's team fight, right? Like, these coils, these Mars Arena, there's actually follow-up at this point. And both Mars and Puck are having a great game, and so is Troll. I mean, I see 3-1 lanes for Dire right now.
See what the response from Raid's going to be, but it feels like it's going to be, let's try and get Envy to the late game with a lot of farm, while maybe the other 4 heroes create space. They have got Chrono back up, though, so...
Now, they should know that Envy ported down here, though. This gives them a lot of freedom to move to other parts of the map, now that Radiant is sort of stuck in this bottom lane.
Back to back. Have to stay around the jungle.
It's a track. There we go. Got the track.
Takes a while to bring down with the hood, but still nonetheless.
Radiant is in such a bad spot right now.
Back. Force the cut, the full retreat, and now gets with a blink toss back. Gets scored with Duck, he gets the battle trance off, though. He gets caught in a Chronosphere. This is not good for him. And Mars blinks into Chrono as well. He's putting in the back like he's Envy. Troll, still alive. Unfortunately, gets blown out by a Legion, overwhelming odds, and now he gets the dual light onto Ball on the Bounty Hunter. Little Nick still being microed here, gets a nice orb out, but gets caught by a Carapace. This is spelling trouble for the cut here. They finally perhaps overstay their welcome in this Radiant jungle. Black and Yellow using a perfect buyback on the Nyx Assassin. They bring in numbers. Little Nick in full retreat. His blinks in his backpack. Oh no. In his backpack, I want to say the whole fight as well.
Yeah, and I think the worst news is that whoever's controlling Puck, I feel like they haven't really played that much Puck. So this looks like ultimate bad news for Dire right now.
I mean, Grim was the first. Usually it's whoever dies first in the fight. So Grimstruck died, so I imagine
Little Nick's dad, he pulled the power cord on the router, I think. He's been playing too much video games lately.
Oof. Well.
Yeah, my dad used to pull the router cord, and then I'd walk into his room and I'd be like, Dad, can when am I getting the power cord to the router back? And it would just be silence, And then eventually, after about 20 minutes of me standing there waiting for him to respond, he would say, Peter, you just don't get it, do you? Those were the days, man. Those were the days.
Sure, a lot of us viewers, you'll have us. Yes, exactly. Arena mid, they're going in there, want to keep on fighting, they know this Puck's DC'd, and their best chance, it's kind of one of their power spikes. Got double blink on fucking Mars. Puck, can you not move the item from your backpack into your inventory when you're feasting?
I feel like you can.
That's what I felt like too. Maybe they just don't realize he finished his blink. Either way, they're making it work. They killed 3 heroes.
You not notice?
Don't know.
Yeah. Come on.
I like it. You know, they're just adding an extra. You know, we're already down 4v5. Let's make it a little bit harder, even the blink dagger in the backpack. So.
Yeah, so Radiant's definitely not going to tap out early, right? Like, you can't lose 5v4, right? That's like ultimate shame.
Yeah. It's happened before in competitive Dota, but obviously not a good look. But I mean, they're at a pretty heavy disadvantage.
They are ahead, but
keep on fighting. Yes, blink dagger cancel from behind the tower. He's going to DD rune though, so he may look to turn and fight this one. It says to be Jube.
There's another route. Another route.
Okay.
Yamson's in.
Yep.
That's
it. Get done here. On the right side, yeah, he's just on his own here. You know, with Whale aware and with the silence, he goes down. Arena catching out 0 on the backline. Scrawny here catches out 3, but Tinglekins, he's outside of it. The Fox is going to actually throw him into it now. Envy gets himself a double kill. Nice play from the Faceless Boy, who's charging forward. Perhaps look for more. There's an avalanche on Tingle now, and Envy getting another back. He's going to actually be forced to back off. Tingle King has a blink dagger, but he doesn't get a chance to get out of there as S gets him with the toss. Looking for more, Envy.
Get out of here. Oh, there's a troll ult.
Battle Trance, they baited it though. They're pulling him in. They're gonna have a toss. When they get this kill, looks like you sure betcha they can. They're going for more with Jube 3 for Jube gonna get the group truck with a dual kill, so perfect turnaround from Black and Yellow. Unfortunately, the 4v5 disadvantage really feels like it's kicking in these fights.
Yeah, I feel like they're just dancing around these fights, waiting for like somebody to misstep for a second. They also didn't really play together too much as a team. You saw the troll was, you know, fixated on this Nyx that was underneath the tier 2 tower, and the rest of the team was almost at the Radiant's tier 3 tower. They might get another pick here. And
when your opponents are dancing like that, Puck is the hero that need to kind of prevent the silences with the coil.
Yeah.
Find another pick. Esk is starting to take off on this tiny 5, 1, and 6. Having a great game as Tingle gonna go blinking forward, but betting on anything, you know, that's just how it works sometimes.
All right. Well, tough answer, but I can swallow it.
You're betting on the Lakers playing, and suddenly LeBron gets injured in the first quarter and they lose. You know, it happens.
I'll get my points back. I watch a lot of Beyond the Summit, so it's fine.
Good to hear. Bet against some Sad Boys games.
Yeah, well, I'm gonna clean up next week for sure.
Alright, charging in. Once again, they're looking for action here. No blink dagger on Puck still, so clearly they're aware of it. They're just unable to move it out of the backpack, unfortunately.
Ag shard on Mars. I didn't realize this was a third item for people.
Hey,
the flame
fire trail, yeah.
Seems really bad against Nyx Assassin.
Oh, he's gonna get an arena out. He's kind of on his own here. Gets into the enemy base, and now he's got tier 3 towers to deal with. Tingle King is not tanky enough to deal with that. Gets slowed by the Echo Saber, and well, daylight for him. Is that ball now? Black and Yellow is just going from pick off to pick off. It feels like. Puck gets a drone call just on a Nyx Assassin. Scored with Duck has got double damage here, but a nice chronage for Envy. Catches out 2 on the backlines. Gets first. He wants the Puck next, but there is a phase shift. With the BKB, he's holding onto that one for now. He's trying to get the hell out of there. Trying to kite this troll wall, who has a DD Solar Crest that he's trying to play around, but Tiny comboed the Puck on the backlines here, so bad news. We're just down to 2v5 now as Envy. He's in forward with time dilation. They're kiting this troll. They just constantly get stunned up, and without a BKB, it feels like there's not a whole lot this troll can do, even with the SMY. This is not enough as he gets comboed down. Now Ball is alone. 1 versus 5. They GG out. They just can't do it. 23 minutes in, the frustration, you know, having to play a 4v5 game. It looked like a 1 game for them.
Hello, Darkness, my old friend.
0-10 becomes 0-11.
Really good guy with some copium right now.